Welcome to Break the Board Sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. MLB Wild Card is here. The baseball playoffs are here after coming off a 62.46 unit performance in the regular season. Now we dive into the MLB playoffs. Click that like, hit subscribe. Again, we put out 2, 3, sometimes 4 pieces of content a day to help you become a better handicapper. Yes, you can go to our site, breaktheboardsports.com, and get picks, but this is more important about helping you become a better handicapper, giving you stats, trends, so you can pick your own games and not rely on anybody else. So the baseball playoffs get started. A lot of familiar foes in the American League. The first game of the day will be the Detroit Tigers at the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians ended up taking this division. Tigers will be the road team here. Tigers right now laying $1.69 at DraftKings. Comeback plus 138. Your over-under is set at 6 in this one now. 55% of bets going to the way of the Tigers. 45% of the bets going to the way of the Guardians in this one now. Pitching matchup, going to be very, very interesting in this one. Tarik Skubal, the man, possibly your Cy Young Award winner for the Detroit Tigers. The Southpaw, they're going to need him. Listen, this whole series is predicated on game one. If the Tigers drop game one with their ace, they're in a whole lot of trouble. So I think if you like Detroit for the series, don't bet them for the series, bet them game one, right? Because if you like them for the series and you think, hey, they lose game one with Skubal, but they still end up winning the series, you're going to get a much better series price after they go down 1-0, right? So, again, always things to look at as far as that's concerned. If you want them for the series right now, they're minus 112. If they lose with Skubal in game one, they're probably going to be plus $1.30, plus $1.40. So again, just ways to look at it. Make sure you get the optimal value. Skubal 2-3 with a 1.84 ERA his last 5 starts. He's faced the Guardians twice in the last month, actually twice in the last 2 weeks. He's faced them both outings. He went 6 innings. 4 hits in one, 7 hits in the other. But here's the thing. Last time out, he allowed 3 runs, the time before 1, but both of them only gave up 1 earned run, striking out 8, striking out 9. And if you go all the way back to July 6th, he struck out 10 against the Guardians in that outing with them. If you look at strikeout totals for Skubal, here, I'm just going to update these. If you're looking for total strikeouts, let's see. But right now, his set at 7.5, minus 110 to the over. FanDuel has some cool stuff. You can do some alt totals if you're looking to parlay something there with them. But I do like the over 7.5, even though I think it's going to fall right around there, 7 or 8. Again, the thing with the Tigers are, They got to win this game. That over under 6.5, it's plus 102 to the over, juice minus 124 to the under. Skubal again, 2-3 with a 1.84 for the Guardians. Gavin Williams has been just as good. He's been their ace. He's been their man. 5-0 with a 1.74 ERA. He's had 2 starts in the last 2 weeks as well against the Tigers, going 6 innings his last start, giving up 2 runs, going 5 innings the start before, giving up no runs. The last 2 outings, struck out 12 and struck out 9, has been absolutely phenomenal against the Tigers, who have really, really struggled to hit the ball. When you look at Williams for his strikeout total, it sets at 5.5. You got to look, hey, maybe does over work here? Maybe you could do a little over Williams, over alt total Skubal and the Tigers. Actually, let's just kind of play around with that right now. Again, see what we got. So if we take Gavin Williams over 5.5 strikeouts, put Skubal at 6+ strikeouts, right? Or actually, let's do 7. That cuts the juice way down. 7+ strikeouts, over 5.5 strikeouts for Gavin Williams, and Tigers to win the game is going to put you at, let's see here, going to put you at plus 261 there. So a nice little parlay you got there. You could also throw the Vegas Aces in there on the money line, put it at plus 363 at FanDuel. So again, just a little parlay you can maybe play around, put a little bit there on it. For me, and again, DraftKings minus 169, FanDuel minus $1.64 with Scooble. Again, I just think it's the way you got to go. Look, if the Tigers lose, like I said, game one, they're in a whole lot of trouble for the series. Detroit, though, again, I get they've been sputtering 2-10 straight up their last 12. Cleveland is 5-1 the last 6 meetings head to head with these two teams. The under has cashed 14 of the last 19 for Cleveland, and the under has cashed 6 of the last 7 games on the road for the Detroit Tigers. So, been a lot of unders between these two teams. Cleveland 14-3 straight up their last 17, 8-2 over that span, their last 10 at home. Cleveland just got extremely hot, like one of the best runs over this last month and a half you'll ever see. But you got to wonder, every hot run ends up going cold, right? And again, I talked about this on the football show earlier today. You don't ever want to bet against the streak to end, but again, I'm going to lay the $1.64 with Scooble in this one. I'm also going to do that little parlay I was talking about, and I'm also going to do the parlay with Aces money line to avoid being eliminated by the Fever, and Tigers money line. That's going to put you plus 106. I feel like that's really good value on that one. Again, if the Tigers lose this, in a world of trouble in game 2 and game 3. So I'll take Scooble. I'll lay the big price on the road. I'll be a sucker. Again, if they were to lose this first game, I think the series is all but over for them. Next game that's going to be on the docket, you're going to switch over to the National League, and this series is going to be really, really interesting because I think both of these teams could find their way to the World Series from the wild card round. Remember, the wild card round, these wild card teams playing here in the first round has really benefited. The teams with the bye the past couple of years have struggled a little bit. But you got the Padres and the Cubs in this one. Cubs minus 116, minus 102 for the Padres. Again, they get you juice coming and going. The over-under 7.5, it's juice minus 114 to the over on this one. San Diego Padres are going to be sending Nick Pivetta to the hill. Now, Pivetta, over his last 5 starts, 3-2 with a 3.18 ERA. He's made 2 starts against the Cubs this year. Both of those coming in April, giving up 1 run and 3 runs. So not shabby. His last 2 starts, he's given up 3 runs evenly to Milwaukee and the Mets, 2 really good teams. The Cubs here, it'll be interesting to see how he does. Again, the big thing with the Padres lineup is their lineup is so potent. The bullpen is so good, but they just I feel like they take forever to get going. But if Pivetta can give them a good start here, the Padres are live in this game, even though at minus 102, they're the dog. Southpaw Matthew Boyd gets the call for the Cubs, 3-2 with a 5.47 over his last 5 starts. Both of his starts coming in April against the Padres, giving up 2 runs and 0 runs in his outing. Again, bullpens are going to be important. You're not going to see, at least I don't think you're going to see a lot of these games go deep with the starter. Any kind of sign of trouble, you're going to see a quick pull. Padres 7-1 straight up their last 8, 8-3 straight up their last 11 overall here in the month of September. The Cubs, the totals went over 5 of their last 6. Cubs 4-1 straight up its last 5 games. And the under between these two teams has hit 13 of the last 20 meetings. If you go over to the betting splits right now, 58% of bets are on the Cubs, but only 39% of the handle. 42% of bets on the Padres, but 61% of the handle. That over under 7, everybody's on the over. 76% of bets, 67% of the handle, all of it going to the over there. So tremendous support for that. Tigers, I'm going to play. This game, I think I'm going to set out. If I was going to make a play, I would take the Padres. Look, the Cubs have been a great story all year long, but I just feel like San Diego is a team primed here to make a deep run. I think they can do a lot of damage. Again, the bullpen's been shaky at times, but I still believe it's the best bullpen in baseball. That lineup with Machado and company, the Padres can score in bunches. I feel like the Cubs have overachieved all year long. I do like Matthew Boyd, even though he struggled in these last 5 starts. But again, if I had to make a play here, I would take the dog with the Padres, but probably just going to set this one out. Your next game is a big one, a heavyweight fight. The Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. When you get these two teams, as much as they hate each other, the best rivalry in baseball, and now we're going to get in the playoffs. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. The Yankees laying $1.36. Your comeback plus 112 for the Red Sox. Money and bets even across the board. 57% of bets and 57% of handle on the Yankees. 43% of bets and 43% of handle on the Boston Red Sox. You're over under 7. 69% of tickets and 58% of the handle to the over. 31% of tickets and 42% of the handle to the under in this one. Let's hop right into it. As far as the pitching matchup goes in this one, you're going to have two southpaws, two really good ones. Garrett Crochet is going to get the call for the Boston Red Sox on this one. Now, remember, Red Sox, 7 of the last 10 meetings, they have won against the Yankees, dominated them thoroughly this year. Garrett Crochet, last 5 starts, 5-0 with a 3.55 ERA. Now, he's faced, in the last month, he's faced the Yankees twice. Last outing, September 14th, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, but 12 strikeouts. Before that, he had 11 strikeouts, only giving up 1 run August 23rd. And go back to June, he went 8 innings there, only give up 1 earned. So his last 2 outings in the last month, 12 strikeouts and 11 strikeouts for Garrett Crochet. He's been absolutely unbelievable against the New York Yankees. His strikeout total sets at 7.5, juiced minus 132 to the over. You got to think maybe you take a stab at that. Boston is going to go deeper than the Yankees are with their starting pitchers, and that's no slight to Max Fried. It's just the reality of the Yankees. They go to that bullpen way more. Aaron Boone has a quick trigger, in my opinion, way too quick of a trigger sometimes. But Garrett Crochet, he's going to throw 100-plus pitches unless he gets roughed up early. Max Fried, that southpaw's been lights out, 5-0 with a 1.89 ERA. His last 5 starts, he faced Boston September 13th, 5 1/3, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts. August 22nd, 4 hits, no runs, and 7 strikeouts. Pitched very well against Boston, split out against them. These two guys, I mean, that over-under set at 7. May want to look to the under. Boston 6-3, their last 9 straight up. 9-3 straight up their last 12 for the Yankees. Boston has been fantastic on the road. 14-6 straight up their last 20. But the Yankees have been on a heater. They were trying to get past the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays were able to fiend them off. Yankees 8-0 straight up their last 8 and 7 straight at home. Now, the over is cashed 6 of the last 7 times these two teams have hooked up against each other. Again, Yankees have been hot. Boston, they've been on a little bit of a heater as well. Just both teams playing really well. You got 2 really, really good pitchers in this one. I'm going to take the dog. Look, I think it should be more of a minus 110 both ways. I'll take Crochet almost plus $1.20. So I'm going to roll with the Boston Red Sox, both road teams here in the wild card round for the American League, and also the Padres. So I've really leaned to all 3 road teams, 1 favored and 2 dogs here. Again, I'm not playing the Padre game, but if I was, I'd kind of lean Padres. But I am going to have a play on the Detroit Tigers minus 164 on the road. A little higher than I'd like, but the thinking and the handicap, both Scooble and Gavin Williams have been great. But again, Tigers lose this one, they're done. And I'll take Boston with Garrett Crochet. This is a big game for them. Yankees are deeper. Yankees getting hot at the right time. Boston, I think, could be in a whole lot of trouble if they drop game 1 as well, especially. But if they can get the win and swing back home field advantage, I think that's really big. Another one here, Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The improbable Reds run, beating out the Mets there. Reds with Hunter Green on the hill. Blake Snell, the southpaw for the Dodgers, will get the call. Dodgers laying $1.96. Comeback plus 164 for the Reds. Your over-under sets at 7. Reds 8-3 straight up their last 11 games, but against the Dodgers, they haven't played so well. 1-5 straight up the last 6 meetings with them. Now, a couple under trends here that have been hitting when you look at that over-under 7. The under is cashed 5 of the last 7 games for the Reds. It's covered the unders covered 4 of the last 5 for the Reds on the road. And when these two teams hook up, the under has cashed 6 of the last 8 meetings. Dodgers on a 6-0 streak, straight up 6 straight wins at home against the Cincinnati Reds. That doesn't bode very well for the Reds. Dodgers swept them about a month ago in LA, and the scores of those games weren't even close. 7-zip, 6-3, and 5-1 there for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, Hunter Green, the Reds' best pitcher, will get the call, 3-2 with a 2.64. He's had one start that was back August 25th. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. Only 3 strikeouts for Green. However, Blake Snell, he's been lights out coming back off the DL. Again, this one, the line's too high. I can't bring myself to lay $1.96 with the Dodgers, but I do think you could go Dodgers and try to find somebody to parlay them with. I think Dodgers and Dodgers Tigers could get you plus $1.43 at FanDuel. I just don't see any way the Reds can really find their way to get through this thing. Now, series prices, let's get into those a little bit. FanDuel has some good things for the series. Yankees minus $1.84, Red Sox plus $1.56. So if you like the Yankees to win the series, I say take them game 1. Why? Well, you're laying $1.30 game 1 compared to $1.84 for the series. Typically, the team that wins game 1, they're going to win the series. You can also look at game 1 plus they win the series. Yankees even money minus 105, which is a good bet there. But if you just bet game 1 minus $1.30, if they win, you don't have to wait for the series to be over. You already won your money. If you're looking at Boston to win game 1, but the Yankees still to win the series, 4.5 to 1, that pays. So some good value there. Cubs for the series minus $1.26, plus 106 on the comeback for the San Diego Padres. Tigers minus 112 for the series, minus 104 for the series for the Cleveland Guardians. Reds plus 215, Dodgers minus 270 for the series in this one. Sorry, attention going away a little bit. Jamar Chase going off here on Bengals sideline, which he should. They look listen, all this talk about Jake Browning, I don't know where that came from. Just because a backup quarterback puts together like 2 good games, that we got to stop acting like they're the best backup quarterback that ever lived. Bengals, you're 2-2 now. Get on the phone. Trade for Kirk Cousins. Trade for Russell Wilson. Trade for a quarterback. Anyway, back to baseball. If you're looking game 1 of the series and to win the series, you can get the Dodgers minus $1.55. I think that's actually the best bet. Instead of laying $1.94 on the Dodgers game 1 or laying $2.70 for the series, look at minus $1.55 for game 1 and to win the series. I think that's the best bet. Let's go ahead and give that out as a double unit play for the Dodgers. Minus 155 game 1 and to win the series in that one. Let's go ahead and lock that in. So we're going to have that parlay. We're going to have the Tigers minus $1.64, and we're going to take the Boston Red Sox in game 1 plus 114 now as it updates. Again, click that like, hit subscribe for us. BreakTheBoardSports.com. We'll have a college football show coming out today. Check out all of our content. Again, we got an NFL teaser show coming up that you're going to love. BreakTheBoardSports.com, where it's designed to help you become a better handicapper, giving you information, trends, not a lot of personal opinions, just actual facts and statistics that you can take to handicap your own games. The goal is for, if you follow us long enough, you become a better handicapper. You don't have to pay for picks. You don't have to ask your buddy's opinion. You know what it is, and you can pick them yourself. Again, RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports. Please click that like. God bless and happy handicapping.